Hi, this is Alachia. This is what I really look like. So, I did the other video the other night when it was dark, but you could probably see me some, but not really all the way. But this is what I really look like. So I just want to tell you a little bit more of my story. So, first of all, I'm not like other people my age, for one. Um, I didn't grow up like a normal person. Like, I was abused in the past, for a long time until 3 years ago. Almost 3 years ago, I got out of it. But I was abused, and because of my abuse, I stopped maturing about between 13 and 15. I basically was stuck as a teenager for like a long time. My mind was about the mind of a teenager, so I didn't like grow up and be like normal people and stuff. So when I was an adult, I was still being abused because I didn't grow all the way, so I didn't get out and start my own life or anything like that. And then I thought it was going to end when, but it continued when I ended up going to a nursing home because my mom was the one that took care of me. And she was unable to take care of me because her health got really bad, and so she had to go to nursing home. So because of my mental health and because I have physical limitations where I can't really walk much and I can't, stand very long, I was able to get in as well. So I got in there, and the people, not everybody, there were some really nice people there. There was some nice folks there, some workers that were nice. But there was also some that were also abusive, and it wasn't just to me, but other people as well. And it just makes you sad to think about how people get treated when they're in homes like that, and it makes me sad. And the place, at first I was happy to be there, but then mom and I had to get separated because we were fighting a lot, and she had a mental health crisis, so they had to move her to another place. And so I would go and visit her, as often as I could, and I was still really close to her. And I love my mom. She was wonderful, and for the most part, she, like I said, she had problems with her mental health, but I know she had a good heart, and that's what counted. But because of her mental health, she was unstable and unpredictable. And I didn't really know what to think, what to feel, everything. Like I said, it stopped me from maturing. And then I lost my mom, and that was the worst day of my life. But I wasn't alone. I thought, like, once I lost my mom, I'd be alone forever. Like, that's what I thought. But I met up with somebody that was a friend of a friend's. His name is Joseph. And we actually started talking back when I was in Florida because I was in Florida for 5 years. We started talking when I was in Florida, and he was here in Indiana. And we had a long distance relationship, but then things didn't work out, so we kind of just went our own separate ways. And like, we got busy. Like, we lost our contact because his phone was messed up, mine was off, and all this other stuff was going on and everything. And but since then, after I lived at the nursing home, I lived there for a year and a half. And like I said, the abuse continued. And then finally, Joe got me out. And he got me out September 2023. And I've been living with Joe ever since. And my dog, Ziggy. And it's just been the three of us for the last 3 years almost. But then I recently just got Gwen because I love cats. They're my favorite animal. But having a dog is the most amazing experience I've ever had as well, because Ziggy is amazing, and I love him to pieces. He's my everything, and Gwen's awesome too. I love them both. So yeah, sorry about my nose. It's always itching and stuff. The hairs are kind of tickling it. So, and like I said, I've had a rough life, a rough past. I've But guess what? I've been going to therapy consistently for the last 3 years, and I'm starting to grow up. I still have things like child's things. Like I got stuffed animals, and I still have some toys, but like the littles don't play with them that much anymore like they used to, because we're growing up, we're maturing, and we're changing, and we're growing, and it's a lot. We're discovering who we are and what we think and what we feel, and we're starting to think for ourselves and starting to plan out things and get ideas and go with them sometimes instead of letting other people decide for us. So, and and I decided, I admit that there's a part of me that's embarrassed to release all this, but I'm really doing it for myself, and I want to save my videos, and I want them saved on the internet so I don't lose them. Even though, like I said, there's a lot of things that I could get made fun of for, but I mean, it is what it is. But if I could just help one person see that you're not alone if you have mental health issues, or you're DID, or you've been abused. There's other people out there that are going through what you're going through. And I understand, and you're not alone. And don't give up, because sometimes when things seem like they're never going to get better, sometimes they actually get better. And that's what happened for me. Like, during the abuse, I didn't think I'd ever, be happy. I didn't realize why I was so unhappy at the time. I thought I was cursed or something. I didn't know what was wrong. But it turned out it was just because the abuse was bad, and it shaped the way my brain thought and everything, and it was just a lot. But since I've been out, my life has been a lot better. And I mean, I still get some days where I still freak out. My brain still calls me names and puts me down and panics and all this stuff. Sometimes I have to fight my brain. I have to say, look, brain, you don't know everything anymore. Sometimes, there is hope. Things can work out. It's not always going to be the worst scenario or whatever. Or I made a mistake. It's not the end of the world. It happens. And I just have to try not to give up, and keep going and try to ignore the thoughts and everything. And yeah, I spend a lot of time on my computer. I watch a lot of YouTube. I play video games, mainly The Sims. Like I said, I recorded some videos of me playing Sims, and then I played Movie Star Planet. The Littles got me into that and everything. And yeah, I just, like I said, we'll get more into like the details of who everyone is like at a later date, but I just want to share this right now, and hopefully you guys enjoy, and I will send out another video in the future. Bye.